Everyone in the DMV goes through either one of these feelings every day. You either feel like there's literally nothing to do, and other days there's way too much to do that you don't even know what to do. That's why the DMV is getting an app that shows you everything happening all in real time. The app has this always up-to-date map that shows you any upcoming concerts, festivals, coffee shops, restaurants, honestly anything worth checking out. And if you're looking for something specific, you can just look it up in the app's crazy smart experience engine. Like, you could literally ask it to find me a rooftop brunch spot that's not too busy and people from my school go to, and it'll tell me exactly where to go. What's even wilder is you can find a guest list of whoever said they're going or is already at whatever event you found. Since everyone on the app creates a profile with their interests and hobbies, you'll be able to see if you vibe with the people who will be there. Oh, did I mention? This app is totally free. Just comment uni below and we'll send you a link. You can sign up for VIP and early access before it comes out next month.
Hey guys, it's your girl, also known as Iconic Ari, also known as Fashion Addict Styles and Ghost Studio XA43. I'm here with No.Limit.Podcast. I'm ready to turn up. Tomorrow starts in Entrepreneur of Impact. Make sure you vote for me. That is starting January 20th at 11 a.m. And then February 3rd, we're going to turn around and vote for me on this dance icon that is sponsored by Sierra. I definitely can't wait to see what's in store this year for us, for No Limit, for myself, for DJ C Stacks, for everybody. I love y'all. Peace. Yeah.
You already know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen of the 757. This is the best podcast on the East Coast. You're now tuned in to the No Limit Show with your guy, Just Ed, D-Lo the Shogun, Germany Bad, Ace Fakanami, and DJ YT. And tonight, we're going to switch it up just a little bit. This season 4, episode 5. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I wanted to switch the narrative of the show. There's a lot more going on in the city, in the state, than just singers, than just artists. There's actors, there's entrepreneurs, there's farmers. And tonight, we got the best of the best in the city. You know what I'm saying? Iconic Ari.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your girl, Iconic Ari, originally from the 757, thoroughbred, born and raised, homegrown. How y'all doing tonight? How you doing?
You know what? The crazy thing is, you've been hype. And I've been hype. And I think it's because you've been so hype about the show. Like, coming on, you've been very, very informative about what you got going on, what you're trying to do, and just, like, on it, you know? And a lot of times that does not happen. And the reason is just people get too big-headed with their own creativity, or they get too big into themselves, where they're just like, I'm already famous. I don't have to do this. You should want me to be da-da-da-da-da. And it gets old. It gets old. It gets generic, because it's just like, where's the humbleness? Where's the, hey, I'm still trying to make it just like anybody else? And that's something I noticing with yourself. Is like, hey, I got this going on. I want you to know about this. We want to talk about this, that, and the third. Very business cordial, very communicative.
Right.
I love that. And for the ladies and gentlemen of 757, that is how you should handle your business.
Yes, communication is key. It's a real big factor, because I will say, and this is, a fault of mine, people who've grown and see my path, I didn't have patience. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I felt like, maybe I lived in a bubble, but I felt like we all grew up having like at least a 2 and 2 put together type thing. Mm-hmm. If you see your favorite artist on TV and it's like, you might see him perform and it's like, oh, he a wild boy, or she, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, behind the scenes, they have to communicate. Like, everybody got to be on the same page. And it's like, that's one of the things I'm baffled with. It is a growing experience, but it's like, for artists, I would say that's on a path. Like, if you have people that you admire, what do you admire about them? What is the things that you admire about them? And how did they get there? So, and one of those things is communication. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, in the past, that's been a problem for people. Like, you over communicate, you all up on my butt, and I'm like, how you gonna know what's going on? Like, if something change up, or certain things drop out, or let's just say models drop out, or I can't make it, I'm gonna be late. How you gonna know? And it's just, I feel like things run smoother when you communicate, or over communicate in a sense, because it's like, it just works out better.
Because at the end of the day, time is money, and ain't nobody trying to waste no money, and I'm damn sure not trying to waste no time. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays, like, for parents or for people with multiple jobs, it's just like, it has to be ordered, it has to be structured. But that's we're trying to give them the blueprint. They just have to learn on their own. What I want to know, and the fans want to know, and the supporters want to know, you said born and raised 757, correct?
Yes.
Your whole life?
Yes. So I was originally, most folks over here that were born and raised in Virginia, they were born at Portsmouth Naval, or the old school Norfolk General. I was born at Portsmouth Naval. Both my parents were Navy, both retired from Navy. So I've been around. Drop them anchors.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's drop them anchors real quick.
The crazy thing about the Navy, like, I know Virginia is heavy with military, but the Navy is wild. The Navy is the reason why I drink the way I drink. Because
you right.
I used to be a complete weed head. Like, all I did was smoke. You know what I'm saying? Didn't do nothing else.
Yeah, because oh, no, my bad to cut you off. But no, it's a lifestyle. And Old Navy was a little bit, different. Like, we're not going to put people out there, but a lot of our parents, was sneaking stuff on board. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just a lifestyle. Like, you're already getting your schedule, like, up to date. So it's like you're becoming the ultimate organized human. Physically fed, things of that nature. So, of course, sometimes you just want to relax your mind, because, you're still going to go out to sea. You're still going to wake up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna want me a couple of shots. I'm gonna want me to twist something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the rest of that, but you gonna want, you know what I'm saying, like to have a relaxation.
Well, speaking of that though, having two Navy parents, like, were you allowed the experience of traveling and going around the world or anything like that?
Yeah, not living though. Like, well, my mom chose to actually, like, once she had my brother, to settle down and like actually not go overseas. Like, everything was cool, but then it's like, well, if we both out of seas, there was, you know, some unfortunate events that happened to me, our first child. So she was like, nah, I'm not, nah, you know what I'm saying? So she was just like, nah. So she retired and he stayed in faithfully all the way to senior chief. Then he retired. So.
Okay, respect that. Respect that. So growing up, Virginia, how was and being a creative like you are? Because right now, if y'all haven't noticed, she got it on. Eyebrows, head laid, slayed and crayed and red, all that. Like, so the creativity is there. If you haven't seen her page yet, which we're gonna get all her ads so y'all can see what I've seen, your creativity is different. Mm-hmm. It's out there. It's bold. It's like in your face. Mm-hmm. Different sceneries, different textures. I love it.
Thank you.
But where did that type of sight and love like kind of develop?
Ooh, long story. I'm gonna run your head off. So when I was younger and I grew up Christian based, first off. That didn't stop anything, but I lived in a traditional home for y'all zodiac sign lovers. I had a Capricorn and a Libra in my house. Libra was traditional country. Capricorn was I say your favorite Jenny on the block from Ohio. Shout out to Ohio. My mother Capricorn. So she was street, but she also was, you know, organized and, you know, time is everything, you know, presentation is everything. So it's like, again, like you said, my outfit, you know, everything is neat because I had two parents. You have a Libra that loves the finer things and presentation is good to him. So same thing with her. You got to be on it. So it's like, I grew up in a home where that means something. Like when you go somewhere, you got to present yourself, whether it's the first time, second time, third time, presentation means everything. You don't always got to look your best, but it's like you got to present yourself how you feel about yourself.
You got to be a unit, especially. You got to be a unit.
Yes. And then because my family was so old school, my grandmother was a tailor all of her life, never worked. Like, the definition of entrepreneur, carried all 6 of her kids off of her talent. So I got the fashion part of her, but she was one of my main focuses when it comes to like how you direct yourself in fashion. And then, of course, I was seeing Michael Jackson, Prince, Janet Jackson. And later on, it was Maxwell, like the neo soul. So I told you, like, I like neo soul. But it was like I saw the art inside of their looks. You know what I'm saying? And, like, at a certain point, it started to elevate, I guess, when 2000s changed, when I was, like, trying out the scrunchy socks. And I was kind of ahead of the game because I was such a nerd. So I'm like searching online. I'm looking up different stuff. And people are like, oh, what's that? You look crazy. 6 months later, Ching comes out with right there. You know what I'm saying? Jaquan, you know, Tipsy. So it's like everybody was joining later. And that's not me bragging, but it's just like I always was like a studier. So like while everybody think is out of the club or just having drama, I'm watching YouTube and reading books. So it was like it just came to me all the time. Like, all right, cool. Like what I got on now, you know, I would say it's going in the direction of like Fifth Element. You remember Lilu? She kind of had like the long sleeve type of. I don't got everything on it I want to, but it's going into that like chic, like fitted sleeve, full body like material outfit. And so it's just like I'm pretty sure like a year or 6 months from now you'll see like that's going to be the thing. So, and that's just research.
See, you were naming like all these artists and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I'm surprised she didn't say Virgil. I'm surprised she didn't say like Pharrell or a Dapper Dan or like, you know, like clothing, like people that really took the norm and made it bigger than that. Like I love the background story because innovators, it's a funny thing about when you're an innovator and people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's like a pro and a con when you do it first before anybody does it. The pro is I was first. I set the tone. You know what I'm saying? The con is y'all don't understand where my brain is because I'm 2 steps ahead. And sometimes in society, it feels like we're missing out, but it's just like, I've already did that and done that. So you got to understand as a person like that has that passion for fashion and looking the best and being different. You're always going to be first, and no one's never going to appreciate it because you're always first. It's always the middle ground people, the last people to be like, oh man, you really did that.
But I love that though, because it's just like, it just proves that if you don't like it, that means I'm doing something good because you saw me. Because you know how many people have stuff people don't like, are like on, and they just don't pay it no mind. It's just like, oh, she look, crazy, or he look crazy, and it's just a walk past. But it's like mine's like people be like, what's that? It don't even make sense. Look, she look like a fool. Like now, like I'm pretty sure somebody, not in this area, but just in general in the whole globe, someone like, why she got orange eyebrows? Why? You know what I'm saying? Like it even come down to the makeup, because I was learning makeup on my own, so we gonna get there later. But the whole point is, I'm not scared to try stuff, because it's like either way, it's either I perfect it or I don't. I can take it off or I don't. Like it's a trial and error type thing for me. So I don't care about being the first person, and I don't care if somebody takes it. It's just like I feel like I'm influencing the world to a point where even if I don't make a bunch of money in my lifetime, I did something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can say, I see some crazy girls, she has some orange hair and some orange socks, and it's just, it's word of mouth. So it's like, I really don't care, because some people have met me and they just heard about me like, oh, you that girl with the half pink and half black hair. And I'm like, I did have half pink black hair. Like, where you know me from? All my cousins. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff doesn't concern me. It's like, long as somebody feels inspired by me, it's like I'm doing something with myself.
Speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta put this in here. I've been holding it for too long. We are keeping it in the family, and I know I tell everybody on the No.Limit.Podcast, when you walk through the door, your family, we tight, we locked in. But we've had some back-to-back family members. I don't know if y'all realize that. First, we had Clayton Cowell. That was one. Then we had DJ C Stacks. Mm-hmm. And now we have iconic Ari right here.
Yay,
you know what I'm saying? All in the mix. And I don't know, third, fourth, fifth. I don't know how that cousin stuff works. But it's just ironic, because I'm just like, I'm getting cousins after cousins after cousins. I mean, two, 3 shows before, I had my cousin's husband's cousin on the show. It was just wild. So it's really a family-oriented type of deal. And I love it. But speaking of that show. You know what I'm saying, to kind of tick back on that, because I'm hearing what you're saying right now, but then I'm comparing it to your backstory of being sophisticated, looking a certain type of way. How did you break out of that cycle? Like, how did you break out of just fitting into their image, into your own?
It took a while. Honestly, Jesus, y'all gonna laugh at me. My first time in the club, I was 19.
Okay.
I was dressed like a background dancer. My friend was from New York, and he was like, girl, what you doing? You gonna be a background dancer? What you auditioning for Mariana? I was just like, Lord Jesus. So I'm in the club. I had a white tank top on with some lowrider jeans, regular tennis shoes, and I had a bandana on my head. And at that time, I didn't have hair, but I had my braids down my back. So I'm just like, whatever. So we'll get into that. But dance is what came for me. And I think that changed my style, because I was more so like, elementary school, it was more so like when the bandanas came out, the girls was in. So that was like the time where like younger girls were like exploring those type of looks. And it's just like, my parents was like, nah, New Balance is for you, baby, bell bottom. So it's just like, I fit into that structure of like, okay, what can I do that still is in their like category of like not too much. And then it's like, once I got older and I started getting around other people who were, I would say I had a season of being with my girl cousins, and it was like, we going out to Club Love. Shout out to DC, by the way. We going to Stadium, we going to Club Love, and it was like, what you wearing? I'm like, I'm wearing this. So mind you, it would sound like crazy now, but back then it was like, you wearing a dashiki with a hair wrap? Oh no, we not doing that. So
in a club, it's crazy.
In the club, like
wild play.
I was, and it wasn't based off of no Erykah Badu anything. It's just, I don't know. Like I said, I found different looks inside of the structure in my home. So I'm like, shoot, this was after I went to the club. It was Club Cave in Virginia Beach. Shout out to them. They're closed now. But this was after. So I'm going to DC, and I'm like, okay, I want to give a little vibe. So I'm thinking I'm going to give like big chakra rings. This is before gems was a thing. So I call myself old, but I'm not old, y'all. But I feel like I'm old. So it's like, I seen stuff transform. So I'm about to go to the club, and I'm like, I'm about to just wear this head wrap and this dashiki. It won't big. It was fitted. It was nice. Had the little belt around it. My cousin was like, nah, we not doing that. So we went in her closet. She got me a crop top and a pin skirt and put some fishnets on me and some heels. And just from there, it was like, oh, snap. Okay, I am grown. I can't dress how I want to dress. So it's like, I had a book of designs and that was it. I just started putting those looks on me and it just grew from there.
I think the crazy part about it is like, when you hear Daishiki, you hear baggy, long, like the essence, like
it was
Motherland,
long.
And you talking head wraps. I'm thinking big corset braids, and they're looking all nice, and it's just like, okay, what club are you going to? Because if I take that outfit and I put it into like a poetry spot or R&B spot or neo-soul spot, that fits the setting.
Yeah.
But when I'm thinking of the clubs that you were mentioning, i.e. the Cave, which I've been there, yeah, I can see them heads is like, oh, hell no. What the?
Well, see, I didn't wear the dashiki to the Cave. That was when I did the whole, like, the B2K look. Like, I had the bandana on my head, tank top, and, low rider jeans with some tennis shoes. So that was different. But when I did the DC, I'm thinking, sophisticated. Like, and I'm still to this day trying to master sophisticated because mine's is urban fashion, tomboy, comfortable, or super elegant. Like, I'm busting through with sequins. Like, I'm giving Michelle Obama when I walk through. Like, so.
But, I mean.
I got to find a medium.
Club settings are so weird because that's why I don't do clubs anymore. I got out of the club phase by 22, 23. I was done just for the simple fact of it's just like, I'm buying nice clothes, buying a whole new fit, make sure I'm smelling good, make sure get the chain on, watch on, glasses on, whatever, wherever we're going. So I'm basically spending like $500 for 4 hours, 6 hours of fun.
My brother, that's a lot.
Exactly. But for a guy, you're going in there for a reason. You're going there to impress the ladies. But you're not comfortable. Because first person that spills something on you, you like, motherfucker, I just spent $60 on this. I just spent $100 on this. Bro, you just broke my chain. Bro, my glasses. I start to lose interest in the club because it wasn't fun anymore. I'd rather be comfortable, do my little dance or whatever like that, sweat, you know what I'm saying, drink a bottle of water, whatever, you know what I'm saying, get in that zone and have an actual good time and not worry about everybody else looking at me. But nowadays, club scenes are, hold on, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Put the camera up, for the guys, we got the bottles, we in the section.
It's like that because it was not like that when I was going to the club.
Exactly.
There was we had phones, like we still had smartphones, like because a lot of younger folks were like, y'all dinosaurs, y'all. What did y'all have? But no, we had smartphones, but it was like, I guess the smartphone features were limited at that time, but then it was also like, this is the only time I'm gonna get time to myself. Like these days, a lot of people have too much time on their hands because it was like when I was coming in my 20s, you gotta go to work. You're trying to get this car, you're trying to get this place. Like you still at your mama house, you got a girl or you got a boyfriend or something like that, and you trying to like have stuff to do with them, the movies. So this was like a different time for me. But I'll say the club back then was like I said, it was an escape. You know what I'm saying? Getting liquor, or even if you weren't old enough to get liquor at that time, that was a turn up. We all looked forward to the weekend. But as I got older, the club stopped being so much for me. And it wasn't even the phone for it. It was dancing. Like, you can have your phone if you sitting down having your drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're celebrating. But I just feel like if a song comes on, everybody in the club is dancing, and it's like a large number of certain people just sitting down and y'all just watching. Like, you could have got dressed up and sat on the couch. And
see, now that we say it out loud, isn't that weird? Imagine you going out the club, you dancing, and people just sitting in their section just watching.
That's scary.
Watching you have fun. That's like some Gladiator. Are you not entertained? Hit the robot. Steaky leg. Soldier Boy. Like, and they're just watching.
And that's when it fell off for me, because I started, even in my, I'll say 22, I started traveling like as a adult. So it's like, I'm going to South Beach, Miami. I'm going to Brooklyn, New York. I'm going to Manhattan, New York. I'm going to Chicago for like a couple of days, like, cause I got family. So I was like, shoot, I got money. It was different. Now it's just highs all outdoors when it comes to traveling. But you can go out of town with $600 for 3 days and make something shake. That's eating, getting in the club, anything extra you want to do. Like, that was a time. So it's just like, I was having a lot of fun. So it's like, now going to the club, it's like, I'd rather do a business event. That's exciting for me because it's like, oh, I'm going in there with a purpose. Even if it's not the network, I'm supporting somebody or I'm just, checking it out. Oh, there's a photographer over there. There's a model over here. There's a podcaster over there. There's somebody who does cars. So that's exciting to me. Like, that's my new club now. Like, if I'm not going to like a networking event, I don't really go out for real. I don't.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I said this a couple years ago when somebody was like, man, you work all the time, man. You don't never go out. You don't never go to the club anymore. I was like, man, when I deliver pizzas, that's my second job. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when I deliver pizzas, I turn my playlist on, and I don't have tinted windows. I got to see through. You can see through it. So I know people look over and be like, oh, he having a good ass time.
Anybody that knows me personally knows I'm the wild out in the car person. Like, I'm that friend extra. Like, I'm gonna get on your nerves. Like, don't you be down about nothing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I have more time. I have more fun when it comes with music and stuff in the car than I have with events. Because events, I'm looking at everything. Like, I don't know if it's like my future calling me, but like when I'm at events and I'm looking at artists, I'm looking at, okay, your stage presence. I'm looking at how you interact. I'm looking like, are you just on the stage to shake ass, or you up there just standing back and forth? Like, so I don't have necessarily fun because I'm searching for things because I'm an interviewer, so I want to see who's the next thing. But yeah, I totally understand. But the crazy thing is, by you being a photographer, like, but I mean, you're more than just a photographer. But we're gonna get into that as well. How do you differentiate? There you go. You said it.
Differentiate.
Yeah, there you go. I love
Spelling Bee Champ 98.
Really?
Yeah, it was 3 years actually.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me to spell nothing now. I'm a little slow.
Okay then. I like that.
I should have brought my little trophies.
It's not
for
even
the
about
little kids.
Yeah, it's not even about the spelling for me. I could spell. I just have a list, and that tongue start to, and it's a wrap.
Yeah, but see, it just not to segue off, but in Spelling Bee, they don't care if you got a little list. They just spell it right.
Yeah.
But I went to private school too, but it's definitely different. Shout out to parents that want to put their kids in private school, but you don't have to be in private school to give that curriculum. You just got to teach the O's and the I's, and that comes with a lot of stuff, rap and stuff like that. That's how you don't get caught up, because we always talk like this. If you catch yourself, start talking like this and enunciate your words. You know what I'm saying? So it'll naturally come. But if you get tongue-tied, your face tired.
My face is always tired because I'm always
working.
Talking.
Yes, working, talking. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so when it comes to photography, like, where did it come from? How did it start? And how did it, make your life the way it is right now?
So I was always that goofy kid. Coming up, like when there was family pictures, or you remember the little Polaroid cameras or whatever. So, anytime pictures was like ready to be taken, I'm the one in the background, like, doing all the crazy stuff. Like everybody else was like, and I'm just the wild one doing crazy stuff. That always was like my fun thing coming up. And then it's just like, it transformed over into me modeling since 2009. Shout out to Trendy, and shout out to, I always forget his name and call him the wrong person, but if you ever seen all the Queen's Men, her security guard, light skinned dude with the freckles, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
If I seen it, I probably would.
Yeah, those two were like a really high commodity of models in the 757, and at that time, nobody below 18 was modeling at all. It was all 18 and up. And at that time, 2009, I had just turned 18. You know what I'm saying? Like graduating from high school, stuff like that. Shout out to Grammy. But I started modeling, and my first 5 or 6 years was very enjoyable. But then I started working outside of the older folks. Shout out to Brian Deloach. Shout out to Chad. I don't know if he's still doing photography. But I did a couple of pieces with people, and I enjoyed it. Pictures was great. But it's like once I start stepping outside to like the younger photographers, I start getting less pictures, and that irked me so bad, because it's like I'm there to work. I gave you 4 or 5 outfits to use, different events you can use it at. If you ever seen the AIDS campaign, and it's a girl with like red faux locks up there with a wrap around her head, big poofy red pants, that's me. Burgundy shirt, it was like a burgundy crop top. You probably seen in the barbershop.
Okay.
But if you see it again, you know that's me. But that was like the last photo shoot I did where I was happy with my pictures that I got back. But I started having bad experiences with like photographers not wanting to give me my pictures. Photographers wanting me to be just by myself. And it's just like I kind of got tired of that because I know my worth. But I was also seeing how shots were not turning out good as they should have. You could tell it was more so focused on, let me just get this done. So it's like, I was like, all right, let me get behind the camera because I know what I'm looking for. And it just blossomed from there. And I really barreled myself down once COVID happened because it was you have nothing to do. So now you can focus on everything. So and I worked at Best Buy for like 3 years. Shout out to you. So
No, I thought that was it's ironic that you said that because when you got in here, you was giving them orders. You shot too low, it's too high. Get my left. See me right there. I was listening. I was like, oh, she knows.
Anybody that worked with me know that I'm Edna. I'm the I am the brown version of Edna. If Edna had a twin, but it was a brown version, it would be me. Just probably an orange bob instead of black. But yeah, that is me. When you work with me, like everything got to be good. And it's like I don't expect things to be perfect, but it's just like how can we get close to the best quality? And not you feel like it's janky because we've all been in janky situations and it could have just went better if somebody was like no this that lighting please thank you and boom y'all can go ahead. So
I ain't gonna lie to you, my first experience like when I was pursuing my artistry and whatever and I had to do like my first photo shoot because I like you were saying earlier I never understood. And I don't know if this is my great grandmother's fault or what, but she would always say, when you're taking a photo, it takes your soul, takes a piece of your soul. And she's old school, so she don't have no photos, nothing like that. So it kind of scarred me as a kid. I always felt awkward taking photos. So people would take photos and be like, look, and I'm just like, and then I would see people in school and they would do the fake posture, like they're talking, da-da-da-da-da. They could be crying, they could be yelling, they could be doing all types of things. And next thing you know, they'll be like, smile pose done. And yeah, and I'm just like,
this was the worst. Like I hated it because it was like if I knew I messed up my hair, I'm sitting there with the most horriblest face and I know my mom was gonna kill me, but I'm like,
yeah.
And it's like, oh, I hated those. But
yeah, I hated photos. And then going into boot camp and like as I got older, I was one of the wild ones to be like, yo, is he hanging off the ceiling? Yo, is he doing a handstand? Just be like, okay, if we're going to capture a moment, I want you to capture the wildest moment. But generic photos, like my senior picture, never took one. I just didn't feel comfortable. Navy, I did the wild photos and everybody was like, yo, bro, you just don't have no chill. I was like, nah, capture the actual moments when I'm having fun, not when I'm faking.
Right.
But then when, artistry and doing my first photo shoot, the ladies down in Atlanta, shout out to Brittany, shout out to Stephanie, shout out to Limelight. Them ladies had me in there, was like, we doing this the right way, straight.
Exactly.
Put your hands in your pocket, leave your thumbs up, chin up. I'm like, yo.
Look, hey, you get you some business-oriented black women around you, you gonna have the best posture. Your chain gonna hang right. You got that one hand in that one pocket. We gonna hype you up too. Oh, look at you. Okay, honey. All right.
And had me in there blushing. I mean, these are all older women. Back then, I was probably like, I had to be around like 22, 23 maybe. And like these older women got me blushing. And they were like, there you go. And doing the whole makeup and looking at my nails and shit. I'm just like, do I got to do all this? She was like, the camera's going to capture everything. So I want everything to be perfect. And I'm just like, okay. But I love the photographers that actually love their job.
Yeah.
Not, let's take a couple pictures here.
You gotta
1, 2,
love
3.
what you do. You can't just be out here taking pictures if it's just like, okay, so I'll back it up. You can never do anything in life if you don't love it and expect it to turn out great. Because if you don't love it, then there's not going to be passion in it. Like I've seen folks that, just do things just cause, and it's like you can tell in the quality. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, for a perfect example, shout out to Jackie Live, shout out to Roll Bounce Rollout. Was working with them all this summer. There were shots where, people were skating, people were doing their tricks, and people just standing there. So it's like, my key, and this is a tip that all photographers can take. If you're doing an event, you have to make sure you capture those moments to make people feel like I should have been there. Not those moments like, oh, there goes my cousin. Oh, there goes some Nikes. And like, if they're looking at the pictures like, oh, then it's kind of like you didn't do your job. But if they're like, oh snap, I didn't know do was there, you should have invited me. Like, you got to make it a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, so going back to what you were saying, like, you know, what your grandma taught you, because I've heard that saying before. But it's somewhat true though, because in those moments you're taking those pictures, it doesn't snatch the moment from you. But once you take that picture and that moment's gone, it's like that, I guess, that piece of your soul. If you say it that way, it sounds crazy, but it's the truth though. It's the truth. But
terrified.
That's why when you take pictures, it should be an important moment. If you're not in the pictures like that, then cool. But I feel like that's where the concept of photography came from, because there's been a lot of pictures I've taken. I'm like, oh my God, that was hot. And then the rest of the photo shoot was trash, you know? So it's like when you capture the moments and you're able to get that moment, like I might turn this way and you're like, oh snap, that's the best picture I've gotten out of you since you've been sitting here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it depends on what you're going for, but those moments really do matter, even if it's just like an event too. So
since I have a photographer in here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta ask, like, oh, I'm gonna sound so, let me take it off you. I'm gonna sound so bad when I say this, but I generally want to know, and I just didn't want to put myself out there until now. Mm-hmm. When y'all are taking female photos, right? And they're in their lingerie or whatever like that, or they're making these poses when they're arching their back and whatever. Do y'all necessarily have to edit? You know, have you ever seen a photo when it's just like, okay, it's a dope photo, but you know they put something like no blemish, no nothing, like take all the scars and stuff away, and the photo looks too perfect, because then when you see that person in public, you're just like,
all right, so repeat the question. That was funny.
So
I'm sorry.
do y'all use those editing, or is it like an editing app that y'all use, or something? Because me personally, I love natural. Mm-hmm. I love natural looking people. I love natural looking women. It's just, I see it more when women do than I see it with dudes. So when I see those pictures and they're in the lingerie and stuff, but everything looks too perfect. Like it looks like, okay, I know you don't look like that on a Tuesday at 9 p.m. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or Wednesday early morning. I know you don't. So what is the photographer using? And you ain't got to give no tips or tricks. Is it common to edit photos afterwards?
I can't speak for everybody, but I will say the polish technique comes from the fight between the iPhone and then the camera. Because I would say that when it comes to photography, we constantly battle with what's the reason for your service. You know what I'm saying? Even at photo shoots, like I even do it sometimes, but it's not because I want to get a better quality picture, but like I might, you know, have somebody do a video of me, or I'm doing the video while, you know, I'm taking photos. But I would say with photography wise, the reason why there's so much touch-up technique is because you'll be surprised. Your favorite model might have shaving bumps all down her leg, and y'all don't see those parts of her, but then you're seeing the lingerie shoot. And let's be real. I mean, if you're paying for a service, you want the best. So if I got shaving bumps down my leg, nobody knows that except if they get close to me. Why would I want everybody else to see it? You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about that too. And then I might have a rough week and I break out in acne. And this is the day we're supposed to be shooting. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you're doing too much touch up, then that's too much. But because my touch ups are natural, you know what I'm saying? Like the program I use, you can do it before and after. And I feel like a lot of photographers, that's a great question. A lot of photographers should do before and after videos so people can understand that concept. And it actually enhances your services that you're giving to people, because I've seen some people and I'm just sitting here like, ooh, how am I going to edit this? Because it's a little crazy. But, or people just, shout out to my bald head people, you see. But there's some people that's missing hair in certain places. So it's like the editing tool, you'll be surprised. Like if photographers start throwing that before, after, you like, woo, Jesus, I see why now. So it's like, I think that's why people use the editing tool. Sometimes it's too much though. Like with me, if in this outfit right now, if I was doing a photo shoot or whatever, there's not much to edit. You know what I'm saying? For me, unless it's like a look you're going for. But again, it all comes down to diet too. So I think it's just a personal preference on how much touching up technique, but there are some times what's really needed. So
that is wild play. Yeah, I needed that to be answered, because when I see it on like Facebook and Instagram, I want to be like, that's not you. That's not what you look like. But I don't want to be rude. But then at the same time, I do. But then I really don't. Like, I'm not trying to hurt feelings. I'm just like, I've seen you before. You ain't like that. But I'm glad you clarified it for me. Now do I know.
So let me ask you, like, when you had that moment, was it a lingerie shoot that you saw them in and then you saw them in person and you're like, okay, so...
So one instance was I would see girls from my high school do it. And then they would get out of high school, whatever, and they would do, oh, yeah, I want to be a model, or the OnlyFans wave, so all of them are taking the seductive photos. And I'm just like, some of y'all shorties, like, and this is no shots, because I love tiger stripes. I'm one of them. I'm just like, shorty, I done seen your ass. You got tiger stripes. Where them shits at?
Oh,
Like cause it be more. I don't know, guys. We just like that.
Guys need to announce that more, cause y'all don't. Like I'm gonna be real, because it's like I've literally seen dudes be like, not you, but I've seen dudes say, oh, I like natural, I like tiger stripes. But then when you see it, you like, oh, she alright. Hold on, pause, cause you was bad. But then when you saw the tiger stripes, she alright. She go from a 10 to a 7. That's why I think a lot of women do want edits on their photos, because it's like, when I get dressed up and this and the third, and then you see me edit it, it's like, oh, she shorty bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to back her. But then when you see the same photo unedited, you like, why her stomach hanging out like that? Why her toes? You know, it's not you, but we all have friends or homeboys or people we see on TV, and it's like, how do you love something that you got so much to say about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think guys love something. I think those type of males that do that don't understand the maintenance that comes behind it. So yeah, you might like it, but you don't understand. You paying $500 for nails a week. You know what I'm saying? You paying for toes. You paying for hair. You paying for. Right. I'm not doing all that. Yeah, you better put a sweatpants on, a hoodie on, and let's go. Like,
if you ever want to see why women do stuff, just travel with your mama or your auntie or like your favorite cousin for like, just hang out with them for a week and go everywhere that they go, and you'll be like, nah, you do this all the time. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, nah,
hit them after that 2 weeks when they get paid. Go with them on payday to see what they do, or that pay weekend. You gonna see like, while we in the hair store, I'm buying me a new wig. How much is that wig? $200. Oh,
nah, that's
okay. So you just getting the wig right now. We about to go to the nail salon. How much you spend there? $150. So you already almost at $400. Like,
I'm not doing it. I did it before. I did it before when I was in high school, and I felt like I was putting too much effort in maintaining her lifestyle. And I was like, I ain't even out of high school yet.
She ain't go half with you?
Huh?
She ain't go half with you?
No, because she was raised by a type of woman. And shout out to her. Shout out to her and her mama. Her mama was business-fied, like real, hey, look, you want a piece of this, you gonna have to pay to play.
I think that was an old school way, though, because my mama the same way. And somehow she pull it off every single time. And I'm sitting there like, well, what do I got to do to get that? But I just feel like, for me, I think it's like the way that they were raised back then versus now, because I guess, I mean, we're not going to go down that route, but it was a difference in the human interaction then. So it's just like, back then, I guess men knew like, I need to step up, or I got to, present something, because I'm going to be getting cooked meals. I'm going to be getting it clean. So it was something to offer to look forward to. So it was like, I got to puff my chest. Or you seen that video where the girl was like, how birds be showing off, but it was kind of like that. You had to do some crazy stuff or like some outlandish stuff to get that woman's attention. So when you pass it on to your kids, and again, that's no shade, or that's not even no shade on me, you got to make sure that they're following your path, because if that's not working for them, you can't teach them that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom taught me to be high maintenance, but she also taught me like, you're more free spirited, you're more vocal, you're not so traditional. So going half will be good for you. You know what I'm saying? Or even if he wants to spoil you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it was a different mindset. So for me, I would say my mindset is you got to put in your work too. With her, she put in her work, but it's a different put in your work.
Well, to kind of correlate with that question and to move forward at the same time, it's just the reason why I'm not instilling that into my daughter is because, like, you want to look the best, and you're making yourself be like a prize, but at the same time, guys that look at that, once they pay a couple times, and every girl knows what I'm about to say, Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off for you one more time. Every girl knows what I'm about to say, and this is some real shit. You look nice. The guy comes approach you. Hey, baby, I could do this. You ain't got to do this no more. Let me pay your bills. Let me make sure you good. And as long as you look good, he's straight. You know what I'm saying? But then it comes a control factor. It comes to a sense of, if you don't do what I say, you ain't getting this shit done. You ain't doing this. And for me, as a father, I just didn't want my daughter to be like, hey, I gotta look pretty in order for me to get some things out of men. I just didn't want that. Be you, be free. I don't care if you want to rock an afro, if you want to rock a dashiki, you want to put your stones on. I don't care if you want to paint half your face and go out. Be you.
Right.
I want you to be natural. I don't want another person to make you feel less than what you truly are. Because I see a star.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you came from me. So I know you're going to be a star. And yeah, as a father of a daughter, I don't want her to look at the other girl and be like, well, Daddy, she got lashes on and she got this and she got 22-inch bundles and
you going on the right path.
I just don't want her to feel like she has to be like that in order to feel comfortable. But that's just me.
No. You're right though, because that's kind of like where I am, and that's like how my inspirations came. Because it's like, I mean, a lot of kids back then was like, oh, I can't do this and that, so they rebel. Like, I didn't start rebelling to high school for different reasons, but it was never about hair. It was never about makeup. It was never about nails. So like when I got older and I had the choice to do it, it's kind of like it was my choice. You know what I'm saying? Like even with, I'm wearing lashes now, but I just started getting into lashes the last 2 years. I couldn't do it worth nothing. Like I still be struggling sometimes, but it wasn't a demand in my household. Like I was still beautiful without makeup my whole entire like life. And going into grown-uphood, like I didn't start getting into this stuff until like I start wanting to enhance my creativity. So it's like, I ain't gonna be ghetto on your show, but I'll take these off. I don't care. Well, but it's just like it does. If I had a wig, I would have took it off right now. But the whole point is like I know that it doesn't define me. It doesn't make me less of a person because I'm still the same little Indian boy when I'm home with my head wrap and no lashes and no makeup. I'm the same person, and that's not gonna change. Like my number one rule, if you're trying to get to know me, is I'm gonna be anti everything. Like no makeup, no eyelashes, no eyeshadow, nothing. Because if you don't rock with me when I'm plain Jane, and then you see me like, oh man, like she cleaned up nice, then it's like there's no value in what we doing.
So
like there's no value.
I don't like this artist that I used to like him in the beginning. I don't like him now. Well, anyways, but I think this is the reason, one of the main reasons me and my baby mama, we clicked instantly is because everybody know Drake, right? And you say sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. That's when you're the prettiest. I hope you don't take this. That is me.
Right.
And I just see the world changing for women, and it's making it harder and harder.
He also did Doing It Wrong.
Huh?
You remember the song? We are in a generation of not being in love and not being together. That part. No,
this ain't a Drake community here.
I'm just saying. Nobody said there was a Drake community over here. Let's get that straight, okay? I love you. I love you, Kendrick. But no, I'm just saying, like this. It doesn't matter if you live in the land of bullshit. You can still speak truth. So we just gonna say that. But he did point out a point. Like he was calling out the future, and that's what we're doing now. We're in a generation of not being in love and not being together. So it's like we're not loving each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're in this mindset of we have to be a certain way, or even looking at celebrities, we're thinking like, oh, they look like this all the time. Like I love certain artists like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. I don't love them because of music and you can shake your butt to it. Is the fact that they'll pull up on anything or just take a picture and there's no makeup. You'll see them bare face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about bare hair, but bare face is just the point that they're proving like, okay, yeah, I show out for y'all, but y'all gonna see me without my makeup.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not a beehive. I'm always gonna be Rihanna Navy. I'm sorry. But I commend Beyonce because throughout the year, sometimes she'll pop out and be like, hair, no makeup. Like, hey y'all, what's going on? She'll let you see the process of her getting ready, but it lets you know that she's human.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
the human factor.
Exactly.
And I think nowadays it's becoming apparent that celebrities aren't really celebrities anymore. Like the high status, the high tone isn't you. The special people aren't special anymore.
Put a pin in that for my fashion section we're going to get into.
You know what I'm saying? You're just not as hype anymore because people relate better to people that are just like them. We don't all want to be like y'all anymore. We want to be us, and then other people relate to us because they are like us, if that makes sense. Like us. Kendrick, shout out to you. But before we switch it off, and we're going to listen to, an artist that you have brought to my attention, I just want to say some ironic shit for the women that do lashes, because you said lashes, and I said lashes, and now it's in my head.
The butterflies.
Nope. It's ironic that guys had longer eyelashes than females.
That is so true, but we're not going to... Okay, so look, you put back me. So I'll say there's a reason why a lot of women have shorter eyelashes, because there was an era where the Asians were gatekeeping. I'm sorry, Miss Ling Ling, I'm telling on you. Gatekeeping, because we were getting the lash enhancers at the salon, and they won't telling us there was a foam to slide them off of our lashes so we can save our face. We was literally like taking, you know how you like back in the day, they was putting on hair glue on it. They didn't tell us that instead of you ripping it off your eyelash and pulling the hair out, there was a soap that you can literally sit up there for 15 seconds or 15 minutes and it would just slide off so you can save your lashes. So a lot of us, we were just taking our lashes off. And it was just like, you're losing hair over time. So now when you take your lashes off, you got like little strands.
I did not know that.
I just learned this.
That's
I literally
crazy.
just learned this, and I'm pissed because it's like I had the double layer eyelashes. Those run in my family. So it's like my dad had them, my mom had them. Like, it's mostly on my man's side, the man's side of my family on both sides. But they had the thick double layer eyelashes, and I lost that due to, nobody telling me
just plucking them away.
I was, because it's like, and you'll probably like back in the day, when we was coming up, you'll see a girl, the eyelashes hanging off on the end, but she's scared to pull that jank off because she's like, it's gonna hurt when I pull it off, because it was hanging on to that strand that's in the root of your eyelid.
on hanging on for dear life.
No, for real. Like, I lost a lot of eyelashes behind that, so. But I definitely want to send a shout out to that Blasian chick. I love you, girl. I really do. That's my new sister. Long story behind it, but it's been a year and some change, and I've definitely grown a tight relationship with her. So I hope y'all like her music.
Yeah, I'm definitely catching on, and I love. And we talked about it early. Shout out to Ace Fakanami, like when it comes to like spelling, because I'm not gonna lie to you. When I seen it, I didn't see all of this, and the viewers can't see it right now. I just saw your name and artists and everything like that. But when I seen it, you said, "Oh, that blazing chick." Brothers and sisters, we got a funny way of making something out of nothing, but that's dope. I like, because now it separates me from everybody else. You just got to learn how to put it the right way. But tonight we're going to listen to Fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, nope. There it is. Boom. Hope y'all enjoy.
Yay! I'm excited.
Baby, can you ride with me? Can you ride with me? I can be
know if it's because we were listening to Icon, we was listening to Jalen. When I was looking at her, I was like, she looks like Willow in my head. I was like, yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, that was That Blazing Chick Fantasy.
Woo!
Make sure y'all check it out on YouTube, Spotify. Make sure y'all find her IG. Yeah, go tap in. So where were we in conversation wise? We were talking about photography. We were talking about personal preferences. We were talking about livelihoods, origin stories. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna kick it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get a little bit deeper. So when it comes to you being a creative, an innovator, a businesswoman, a mom, everything, how do you make everything work?
I go psychotic first, and then I organize my life, and then I just do it.
No, wait, right? Because you're about to speak for a lot of women that's trying to do what you're doing. Not necessarily photography, but just balancing. When you mean psychotic, like, is it like you take certain stress relievers? You go to like what are them things where you go to them asylums where you break shit? And, I mean,
no, that's actually something that's something I actually do encourage. Like, if you want to do it with your friends or like, cause that's something I'm gonna do this year. I'll probably do it for my birthday. Shout out to Aries, shout out to April. You know, April Aries, we do it best. But I'll say when I say go psychotic, I mean like my way of like I guess losing myself is listening to music and cleaning, or you know how you see in the movies, you just plop on the bed and you listen to your music. Like even if you just do like I call it going psychotic because you literally glitch. Like, you know, like we all hold ourselves prim and proper, but if you want to do something weird, you're in your own space, do something weird or dance or, you know, make your noises, or like for me, like I guess for me, because theater, you know how theater, they're like that's normal in my house. So my son at this point don't even care because it's so normal. But find yourself a way to lose yourself for a second and then just, all right, cool. We got to do this. All right, got to be there at 2:00. So start organizing, start barreling down. You know what I'm saying? It's different for everybody. I can't tell people to do what I do, but if you want to do what I do, literally whatever sound you want to make, scream to your top of your lungs or sing your song the loudest you want to. It's your space. Nobody has to see you do it. And even if somebody sees you do it, like make sure you're comfortable with them and they do it back with you. And that makes you feel so much better because it's relieving that stress off your chest.
Yeah, I was about to say your neighbor's cutting grass and they looking at you just like.
Yes, that's me. So if y'all peep time in my house, y'all done seen some weird stuff.
Nah, I relate to that especially well. I mean, as a male, because me personally, I'm me 24/7. Like, yeah, I go by Ed, but the ones that know me, first name is Eric. There's no different. That's why it's just Ed. It's just me.
Eric and Ariel.
You know what I'm saying? It's just I have to be me 24/7 because one thing that is my biggest pet peeve is people being fake.
Yeah, can't do it.
I can't do it, so I won't allow myself to do it. So I'm like this 24/7. Podcast, at work, at home, doesn't matter. But one reason why I asked you that is because you find a lot of people, they take their emotional distress or their breakdown moments, and the first thing they do is go to the internet and they put that out there, and it's just like, me personally, I never understood it. Because if I'm crying or am I sad or whatever like that, how do you stop yourself? And please, God, in the comments, let me know. But if you're crying and you're sad and the moment is like this has really got you fucked up, everybody knows when you post something, when the video stop, you got to post, put a caption, put something under it. Unless you don't put
have
nothing.
time to stop.
You got time to stop and look at the video and be like, all right, sin.
Read it out loud, y'all. Read it out loud. Like, take a chill pill. Like, you can put it on draft, or you can just leave it on your screen, or copy and paste and put it in a notepad before you post it. Because when you read it out loud, you come out, you like, oh, nah, I sound crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it never made sense to me. Because, now, don't get me wrong, I love people expressing themselves and stuff like that. But when you see those moments when they're the most vulnerable, and you know people aren't considerate in this world, and you know they're not going to take it as, hey, I'm a help. They want to prosecute you instead of help you. So I just never understood that moment in time. Like, even with me, sometimes I'll post something that like really bother me, I'll smoke a blunt and I get an anxiety attack and be like, hey bro, why'd you post that?
That's
like,
why I don't smoke now.
You don't need to post that. And I get so paranoid, I be like, you know what, delete. Y'all don't need to know what I'm going through. The people that really need to know what I'm going through, they're a part of my inner circle. I'll let them know. You know what I'm saying? Even when like we were talking about techniques.
Yeah.
All the homies know how my tics and stuff like that. Yeah. I just want to know from a female standpoint.
Okay.
And shout out to all females that have been on the show. I think this season, it's going to be a lot of females. I want y'all heavy on this show because I want y'all's perspective on a lot of topics. And I want y'all to be a branch for all the other women that necessarily can't express yourself like y'all have been doing on the show. It's fantastic. I love it. It's inspiring, and it's empowering. So yeah, right. Do that.
One thing. So just to clarify too, like, again, going crazy. Like, I guess my favorite song to go crazy to is the song by Prince. I think it's called "Until the End of Time." The "Until the End of Time."
Oh, by Prince. Okay.
So you find those songs where for me, it's like sometimes I'm listening to the words and I get all stuck up in it, but then sometimes it's just like him, singing his highest notes. You know what I'm saying? I might just do something extra. You're like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like but that's a part of me like decompressing because it's like, it just helps me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't have to be that. Like, if you listen to, I don't know, I'm trying to think of somebody real quick. I don't know, Megan Thee Stallion, you might be rapping like Issa. I can say I do a lot of Issa-ing. If you ever seen, what is that show called? Insecure. Ray. Yeah, Insecure. Remember she would go in the bathroom and she'd be like, yo. Like, I do that in my house freely everywhere I go. So, I mean, if you just so happen to walk in and I'm walking like this, like, it's normal in my house, but that's me decompressing. It's to the point it's so normal now with my family, but that helps me because when I go outside, I'm like, all right, so I'm cool now.
Yeah. So, and I'm glad I'm not the only one because I know my kids hate that. Because I'd be like, ooh, like sometimes my worst fear is they go to Walmart. It's like, come on, daddy, do it. Do the gorilla noises. And my son, because he loves dinosaurs. So I'd be like, rah! And, doing the little short arms, and he thinks that's hilarious. Mm-hmm. But doing it in public, hell no.
But see, I guess I'm one of those people that I don't care because it's like if whenever my time comes to pass, like, y'all not gonna be like, I mean, if you do, then it's like great because you're remembering a funny time, but it's not gonna be a stamp on my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I guess, in the space that I'm in right now, like, it's not gonna damage me. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care if you record me, honestly. Like, I've had so many people catch me off guard, put me on their Snapchats, Instagrams. Like, I'm probably somebody's favorite video right now, but it's just like, I don't care about that because it's like, I can't take that with me when I pass. I want to be remembered for, I guess, being the kooky one or however you, but it's going to be positive. So you might make somebody day with that raw. You know so.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I do have my moments, but like when I'm with my babies, it's like way more personal.
Yeah.
But let me ask, since you said that about passing and stuff like that, like, what is a major goal? Like, what impact do you want to put out?
I want to pass my legacy on because there's too many kids that don't know what to do with themselves, or they have that dream and they're not allowed to do it, or they don't know how to go about it, or they don't have an example. I'm indigenous, but also I majorly look at myself as African American. Shout out to Guinea, Africa. That's where my roots started. I wouldn't say, we're not going to go too deep in that, but God blessed our family to not have to go too much through, the slavery time, but it still was challenging because we were also indigenous. So that also is another different thing. But it's like, I lost the question now because I'm thinking about so many other things. What was the question again?
What?
my mind's literally going like this entire. It happens. Like, people that know me, I literally like. I just go.
Because you said it, it's just ironic because when we were talking on IG, you said this happened, and I was like, man, that don't really.
You thought I was lying? No, I'm serious.
No, what I was saying is like, what impact did you do you want to put onto this world?
Okay, yes, going back to that. So there's not a lot of brown children as icons or idols, and it's like the ones that we do have, they have a bunch of money, and it's like they don't have a touch with reality. You get what I'm saying? And it's like then you'll see like the opposite, nations or ethnicities, and they have the regular ranch home, and they have all this money, and they're living a regular life, enjoying themselves. But it's like with us, we always have to prove we're always on top. And it's just like, I want to defy that, being like, yeah, you can still chill and have fun with your family and, be silly and still have a whole bunch of money in your pocket and just move a certain way. Like, I just feel like there is a divide that we create that does not exist. So with my legacy, like, you can be a photographer and have a major $1 million business, like, which we praying for that for me. But I want to have photography classes for kids when they're in school. Like, you know how they have tutoring? Like, photography classes after school, you know what I'm saying? Or even like, if God blesses me to get that big photography school that's not based off of government money. Like, you pay your tuition, you get the full throttle, get your own camera first semester, just stuff like that. Like, I want to do stuff like that. And even in fashion, like, these little girls like be sewing clothes and they be like 5 or 6 years old. Like, put these girls in school to learn.
Shout out to my baby girl. I'm gonna give her a shout out.
Shout out to baby girl.
Daddy loves you. Legacy. When Miss Ariel gets her school open, I'm gonna send your ass right to her.
I was gonna say, keys to parents, when you see your kid latching on to something, push them hard. Don't push them and go invest a whole bunch of money. Just grow with them, because if they change their mind, then you don't want to be like, oh, I bought all this equipment. But when you see continuously they like something, then push it. Like, start doing it with them. You might not know what they're doing. Like, my son, he loves technology. I mean, I'm with tech or whatever, but he is very like my fingers right here, this finger, he gets that from me, but he's more detailed. The fingers have to match. So now I know that he can do a job and not miss a dime. So I might put him in, maybe a debate team or math or science, because he's not going to miss those details. He's going to make sure everything is correct. So whatever he decides, he's only 5. But once I see that he hooks on to something, I'm going to push him. I'm going to, here, try this book. Here, do this. Do you want to do this? Or did you, you start pushing them in that right direction. And then once they find out what they want to do, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go ahead and do it. So.
Yeah. Because I mean, everybody's lives are different. I think the parents now are more involved with their kids and their success and what they actually like to do than our generation of parents. Our generation of parents came from, if you don't work, you don't eat.
If you don't become a doctor or a lawyer, it's not,
you're not going to make it.
It's not practical. And I got that a lot, when I was coming up. So it's like, I did try those things, but it just never fit me. So when I realized that I'm grown now, I got to make some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went into the working field, but then it's like, once I realized what I really, really wanted to do, I attached myself to it, and I just went, fast. And it's like, no shade towards there's certain family members that's still like, oh, okay, so you really doing this? Like, duh. Like, I've been doing this my whole entire life. Like, now it's traveling, and it's like, oh, okay, I see you serious. And it's like, nah, I'm gonna put my foot on your neck figuratively, and you're gonna see how serious I am. So
yeah, sometimes it takes that. Like, when I was pursuing like music and stuff like that, my dad was like, oh, okay. My mom didn't pay no attention to it, and then put out my first EP and put out my first songs, and they're just like, you got 100,000 on here, you got 50,000, you got 20,000 people, like, you know what I'm saying, you got people commenting. And I was like, yeah, you on stages. I'm like, yeah, I never knew you.
What you think I was doing?
You know what I'm saying? I love when they hit me with the, I never knew you knew how to do that. I didn't know that was your interest. It's because unfortunately you didn't take the time to understand.
And it'd be the nerve of them too, because they give you the inspiration and don't even see that how they inspire you.
And don't understand. Like, me working the way I work and how my work ethic came from my father. I would see my father. When I did see my father, he was always getting money. Mm-hmm. No matter what job he was doing. And so he'll tell me now, even when he sees this, he'll be like, yeah, son, you're doing fantastic. You're hardworking, better than me, blah, 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 blah.
Shout out to the go-getters.
You know what I'm saying? And my mom was real sophisticated, real sadiddy, like, mm-hmm. And when she sees, all right, boy, I see you. But you don't understand.
Why, thank you.
It's the inspiration from y'all. Now, whether it was negative or positive, it was still impactful on my life.
Right.
So,
and it made you the man you are today. You got a podcast. You got some music going.
Boy,
you about to blow up.
That came up with its own thing because the podcasting. I had to stop my mother. That's why I don't even do lives anymore, because my mother, she would be in the comments and be like, "You da. Like, I'm like, hold on now.
Why did
I'm over 25 now.
Why did
don't you tell me how if I can drink or not? Boy, I'm about to block you.
Have your moderator. Look, this is the paragraph from my mom, ma'am. Yeah,
like people would be sitting on the couch and they'd be like, "Who is Erica?" They going in. I'm just like, that's my mom. Like, yo, that's just craziest thing. But moving forward, you were talking about having a website and bringing back fashion and everything. I think I even talked to you about cleaning out my closet, because Ed wear the same thing over and over again. I don't give a fuck. But I've been told that, man, it's popular as you are, man. You gotta update. You gotta. I'm like, all right, well, I'll have somebody do it for me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather pay somebody to do it before I do it. Don't get me wrong. I love fashion. I love doing it, but I got tired. I got burnt out too quick. But yeah, let's talk about that.
So even just with that perspective, you can always just revamp. You can keep the same clothes and just switch it up. Like, it's a lot of people that see me in the same outfit didn't know it because I just switched up the top and changed the shoes. And you know what I'm saying, with guys, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to really do the most. Like that hoodie right there, you can come in here with some, you know, like let's just say you do dark denim with rips in it and you wear like some red shoes. That's a whole different outfit. You know what I'm saying? Like you just revamping. That's one of my my services, revamping. Like start putting pieces together. So let's just say that hoodie was on the hanger, right? And you're like, well, I usually wear it with these couple of jeans. I'm like, all right, cool. What else you got? We're going to replace those 3 typical jeans you wear or sweatpants, and we're going to switch them out with something like, I ain't really wear these because I won't cut them in, and now you can be like, oh, snap, they go together. I can wear these. So it's like giving you a different perspective, switching perspectives. So back to your question, I've been a wardrobe stylist since 2009. I was getting paid by my older customers. Shout out to my older customers when I was working at Food Line. But I would literally come over with them and, you know, baby, can you just, so it's just like, they, you know, are paying me to go through their closet, or I don't wear that no more. Can you get out of the way? So I was literally like going through their closet and taking stuff to CHKD and giving it away. Or I'm like, you know, hypothetical name, Miss Gertrude, like, you should keep this fur. Don't you got a birthday coming up? Well, I never wore it before. I'm like, we'll do it with this. And they like, okay, I'll do that because I was going to buy me another outfit. Nah, ain't no point in doing that. Or even just passing it down to people, you know, just make you understand your closet, because you'll open your closet and be like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I do it too sometimes. Like this dress has been in my closet for like 3 months now. And I was like, what am I going to wear here? What am I going to wear? I ain't got nothing to wear. So I was about to go buy something. And then I'm just like sliding through my closet. I did buy this 3 months ago. So it's just like, you know, sometimes, you know, you just got to, when you do have me time, instead of just like, what am I going to do today? Oh my God, I'm so bored. Like, go through your closet.
Yeah.
Just see what you got, see what you can change up. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Self-Made in Fashion. That's on all platforms. Self-Made in Fashion _. If you need me, I do have my forum that's in my bio. TikTok don't let you really do so much with your bio, but it's on all of my platforms. I have a forum, you fill it out, and then we discuss, like, you know, the services you need. So I'm very much so, I need to know what you need before I go ahead and price you. Because a lot of times people just want simple stuff. That's in photography, on my online shop, or even just in my wardrobe stylist. And like, I'm not gonna hit you in the head if you're only getting like one thing done, or like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's too much. I love what I do, so it's not really too much for me. Yeah.
Right. And when you love when you do it, you don't really charge. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I would have people tell me my first 2 seasons, they was like, bro, you doing interviews? How much you charge? Oh, back then I was like, I'm doing them for the free. Like, I don't care, fuck it. They looking at me like, and how long your interviews? About an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and we just going with the conversation. I had a mentor, man. Shout out to him. He make millions, makes millions of dollars. He said, Ed, you the dumbest person I've ever met. And I was like, why? He was like, I get that you love it, but baby, you gotta charge for it. And over time,
right,
after like season
money
3,
talk.
it wasn't even the money talk. It was just the time and effort. Like when you're giving out so much of your service, you know, you're just like, okay, are you taking it for granted? Are you shouting me out? Are you doing this for me? Like, what am I getting out for? Is it just for the fun of it?
Right.
Like, how do you want to separate yourself from others? So I hit my standard price just for on a simple fact of I'm driving from Newport News, coming from Portsmouth.
Right.
You get here, you set everything up, and then the artist hit you and be like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to make it.
That's why I said money talk. I wasn't saying like you get what I'm saying. It talks because it goes in different directions. You feel me? Like.
And after the third or fourth time that happened,
volumes.
My business partner, shout out, rest in peace to D-Lo the Shogun. D-Lo was like, yeah, bro, we're going to have to switch this because I ain't finna come out all the way out here for nothing. And we had to, like, I had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? But the quality is in your work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your quality of your work is really going to show what the payment is for.
And that's why I'm not a head hitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely going to charge you, but it's going to be a fair price. It ain't going to be no crazy stuff. But you know you're going to get good quality. Now, will I overstretch myself? No. For the price I'm giving you, if it's not a heavy hitter, like, I'm not going to overstretch myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just different. You got to have, like, I don't know, my mind is just different, but you just got to know your limits, your boundaries. People preach boundaries. This is what boundaries is. You know, so it's just, you know, I definitely agree. Like, you know, when you say free, people either thinking trash or what am I getting myself into? Like, free is scary for people now because a lot of people don't know what freedom is. So when you say free for anything, it's like, I don't know. Now, if you charging a certain price and yeah, you know, it's comfortable for me, you charge too much and it's like, well, what am I getting out of it? So it's like, you just got to know those fine lines and those boundaries. Yeah.
So with the freeness and stuff like that, and some people ask me like, why you charging that and not charging this? It's because I'm looking at the opportunity to come with it. Now, one person I know that I might charge, I might not get nothing out of it. Like I might do this and it might be it. This other person, I might do it for free, but that free is bringing me 15 other people that I can't charge. So, like you said, it is learning to balance. But you said something crazy, and I want to do it before it gets oversaturated on podcasts because I know it's already out, and I'm on the back burner. You said TikTok and putting out your information on TikTok and social media and stuff like that. The times that we live in right now, and we're so dependent on social media to really handle our businesses and really get our sales and our names out there. Recently, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't noticed, yesterday, specifically at 10:30 p.m., TikTok was banned. But within that ban came other sub-companies like CapCut. I mean, I had my personal games, which I'm mad because I deleted off my phone last night. Like, I play a lot of card games like Marvel and stuff like that. I did not know that TikTok had their hand into Marvel. Didn't know TikTok had its hand into CapCut.
Oh, wow.
Didn't, you know what I'm saying? I did not know these things that, oh my gosh, one company is really 65. And that 65 is another additional. And it was like a spider web, and it just kept trickling down. How do you feel about putting everything that you got on one platform or on certain platforms, and then by a blink of an eye or certain things go wrong, everything's gone?
I was just talking about this, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I kind of pulled the video down because it was too hot of a moment. Again, that's just me being like, I guess me, the way I want to present myself. It's not even being scared. It's not even actually giving. I've already cussed, so I can say that. It's not me giving a fuck. It's just some battles you just don't join. Everybody's going, woo, the TikTok's gone. And then here I come like, you should still have it up here if one app goes disappearing. And again, that's me. But I understand it now because I wasn't really into it. Like, I'll post, scroll a little bit, look at my favorite comedians and be out. But for some people, this was their livelihood. They're not working for nobody. So it's just like, I got a better perspective today. Rest in peace to those poor souls that took their lives because they thought the app was gone.
People killed themselves over
Yes.
in 24 hours?
I don't know who the user was. I only know about one user, but I saw multiple posts with different users where they actually took their life because they thought that was gone. But these are people who were generating thousands of dollars weekly, monthly from this app, and it's like, what am I gonna do? What about my car, my house? And
that shit gave me the chills.
Right, it did, because I went live and I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, y'all really tripping over this app being gone. It's not that serious. Go back to YouTube, go to Instagram. I was kind of on this preaching like, don't be spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I guess in my lifetime I've seen a lot of transitions. So there was I forgot what app it was, but it was like after Facebook. This is before Instagram came out. It was this app where you can
Vine.
Yes, Vine, but it was another one. So it was like you could post. I think people tried it once. It had like a red banner, but it disappeared as quick as it came. But there was Vine, and then everybody loved Vine, and it disappeared. And I guess I never really engaged in those type of apps to really be like, oh my God, I need it. I have to have it. Like sometimes I forget TikTok on my phone. I'm like,
I hate TikTok.
Done with Instagram. What can I watch next? Go to Facebook, and then I'm like, oh, there is TikTok. So I don't know. I wasn't attached, but I feel like for those that were attached, like you have to do some reality checking, and I'm not coming for nobody. I swear I'm not. But if that one app got that much control over you, you got to look at what am I doing in my real life? You know what I'm saying? Because if TikTok go bye-bye for real, Instagram do the same thing. Snapchat and Instagram are literally TikTok. I still use Snapchat, by the way, but they're literally the same thing. Snapchat has the interface where you can do videos with multiple filters. You can stop and go. You can cut. You can do all this other stuff. TikTok has a broader audience, but Instagram also has the entertainment purposes. You still can do filters. You still can chop up your videos. And that's the only platform that allows you to have real music is Instagram now.
Yeah, so, I think TikTok is like an immediate audience. Like you can get immediate fame. Like you could post something, it'd be wild, and boom, you're viral that night, that same night. But Instagram, it takes some time. Facebook, it really takes some time. YouTube,
I think that's what it is. Then
you got to be part of the algorithm. But TikTok was it was giving too many people clout, and it was giving too many people hope that what they're doing it's just gonna save their life. Like me personally, I don't know if it was part of my algorithm. It probably was because I'm a guy. I got oversaturated with the girls doing the simple bouncing and the whole twerking and throwing ass, like to the point where I don't love big ass women no more. I've seen it to enough times where it has been exploited so many times.
And I was getting this.
Yeah,
I'm getting that all the time. So I'm like, Lord, okay.
My algorithm was destroyed, and it's like I couldn't get away from it. It's just like, is this all we have to offer? And it's mainly the guy's fault. I will say it was mainly the guy's fault that we promoted and we allowed it. But then TikTok had other resources, like they had support groups. It had chefs. It had mediators. It had authors. It had so many other benefits.
Health. Health educators.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why the only reason I would miss TikTok is the education, because I really like, learning new things, in
60 seconds.
Yeah, literally. And it's actually crazy because recently I've been looking at a lot of fitness stuff and like how to, it teaches you a lot. Like it's this if you're trying to like lose weight, I can give y'all the secret right here because the video's up there. But it's this gynecologist. She was talking about other stuff, but she was talking about if you want to get rid of like burn fat or whatever naturally, it's bay leaves, cinnamon, honey, and turmeric, and you drink that first thing when you wake up. Oh, and it's gonna come back to me, but you drink it as a tea or a juice when you first wake up, and it does naturally help you. And it's like, I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, help you with bloating and stuff like that. So it's like I like TikTok for those reasons. And then the comedians like Vibing with Tay, people like that. So I was up there for that. But so far as in my livelihood and me trying to get famous that way and stuff like that, it's like, nah, bro, you still gotta do the paperwork in the background. You still gotta have the LLC. You still gotta
put the work in.
I guess knowing the background, that's why I'm not obsessed with it, because it's like you can be famous on TikTok and then it's like when they hit you with the paperwork, you're just like, I don't care. Like, no, I care. Yeah. Like, I want to be wealthy, not famous. So you got to decide wealth or fame. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, especially with your job description, it's like those type of apps are like an open market for you. Like, who doesn't need their picture taken? Who doesn't need videos done? Who doesn't need help with wardrobe? Who doesn't need help with modeling or makeup? Like, a lot of people use that for their own content.
Right.
So, you know, back in the day, you got those old timers, unks. Even my grandfather was like, you need a trade. You need a trade. And what I'm about to say, do not butcher me, because I have a trade, so I understand what a trade is. But I also understand when times change, trades change as well. And I feel being a photographer, being a makeup artist, being a clothing designer is a trade, because it's a high commodity. People are going to want it. Even if people can do it for themselves, you're still going to go to somebody else. You're still going to learn techniques from somebody else.
Shout out to them MUAs, because I can't do nothing with this face. This is about as much as it goes. And a lot of people are like, oh, you did such a good job. But no, like, I've seen people really put in some work, and it's like, y'all know skin textures, y'all know color shades and all of that. It's just basic with me. One shade, one color, and get a little creative with the eyeshadow, and that's it. But I be seeing girls doing their thing, and I just shout out to the MUAs, like, cause y'all be doing y'all thing. So they be working miracles.
Can we normalize? So I understand makeup. Do I like it? No. Actually, I guess I kind of do, because some of the girls, you know what I'm saying, I see, I like them, so I like the makeup. Okay. Mm-hmm. So let me say this. Let me scratch the head on this one. Can we normalize when we first go on a date, we both come natural? We both come natural, whatever it's a date, a get together, or whatever. We both come natural for the first date, and then afterwards we can do all the enhancements. Here's the reason why. You see a girl in the club, oh my God, outfit fine, okay, I see it, boom, boom, boom. You wake up in the next morning, you like, hold on.
So did you miss the club lights on, the car light on, the street light on? Did you miss that before you got?
By the time I get to the car, I'm already there. So it is what it is. But I mean, it works. It works for guys too. Oh my God. Think about it. Think about it for the ladies. The ladies, they see the guy with the clothes on. He looking alright, and he got the fitted on. And then you wake up in the morning and you be like, oh, this was a spray painted hairline.
I'm worse than, like, I don't do that whole like, oh, I like you like me, what's good, this is the vibe, we can get out of here right now, and then I'm disappointed. Like, no, I'm talking to you like, what's up, you know, oh, I like your hair, let me see it if I can fit it. Like, I flirt that way, and that's my way of seeing, like, is you bald headed for real? Can I rub your head and not be like, oh,
hey, yo.
And look, my face say everything, but no, I've had that happen to me in my younger life a couple of times. Like, the Beijing is really out there, y'all, so don't get fooled. But it's the same thing with women. Like, if you go to be like, oh, you pretty, and your finger brown, you be like, I understand, maybe she cute. So where you work at? You know what I'm saying? Let me, start asking those questions so your things in the background get answered, like where you work at. Oh, you got pictures of you at work? She might be like, boy, why you want to know that? Because, okay, mama, let's keep it real. I just rubbed your face and I got a brown finger, so I just want to make sure your face is the same.
Honesty is key.
Yes.
And I think if people would just be honest and just get it over with, rip that Band-Aid off and be honest.
Transparency.
There you go. And just let it all on. I mean, you ain't got to give all your information out, but at the same time, like, what's your purpose here? You know what I'm saying? What is your true purpose? What do you want from me? If you just want a good night, okay, cool. I might not be interested. Even if you want a good night,
I need to know something about you. You can't be like, oh, I was sleeping with this man. What was his name, girl? Girl, I don't know, but he was cute. Like, that's, ooh.
But there's people out there, and I understand them, and I get it. I can't sit here and look at you and say I haven't done it. Right. I have seen females in a club, and I'm just like.
But did you know their name? At least a nickname. The city.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Know something, because some people real life just like I don't know.
Know that, but I'm just saying. I don't know all the information. I don't know where they work. I don't know how many baby daddies, baby mamas. I don't know all that. Like, I don't know all that. I just, hey, look, you fine, I'm fine. You drunk, I'm drunk. Or you feeling good, I'm feeling good. Let's take it there, and we can work on it from there. Cool.
I guess I'm scary then, cause.
But hold on. But sometimes it's okay for the honesty. It's like, hey, shorty, I seen you. I like your body. I would like to take you out further. No, I'm not interested. Cool. Don't be like, okay, well, let me get a drink real quick. Don't get stuff out of me, because then I'm going to the bar like, man, I got this.
But see, that's how I feel like that's how. I mean, again, you know what I'm saying? It's not something you have to do, but I guess I'm gonna just be real. There's times where I bought dudes drinks. I ain't expect nothing. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be real. If you go out, you supposed to be able to afford one free drink for somebody. That's just me. I don't know. That again, shout out to my cousin Kev, Pimp of the Year 3 times in a row. Shout out to you. But I'm not gonna say that the men in my family taught me certain etiquette, but I just feel like it's an etiquette. If you gonna go out and be plucking flowers like that, you gotta give it water sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta bless one of the flowers with something. And it's not to buy them, but it's just to show the type of person you are. Because I am that type of person. I'm giving, I'm generous, but not everybody gonna get a drink.
I ain't gonna lie to you, but I've had it happen a couple times, and it makes you feel not vulnerable, but it makes me feel giddy. I don't know about any other dude, but when women buy you drinks, you be like, like, what's that shit Winnie the Pooh used to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, hell yeah, okay then.
But don't get
it makes
me
you
wrong.
feel yourself.
But don't get me wrong, you getting the cheapest shot in that building.
That's all right. That's all right.
But see, that's where dudes go wrong. Like, man, I bought you a Long Island with and you a shot, and you why are you going above $10?
No, because I feel like if you're spending your money on a person that you barely knew, then that right there tells me they have some type of interest in you.
I would give $10 to a bum. So I
Wild play.
I would. So my thing is, if I have a $10 friendly budget limit, it's not gonna hurt me to get a man a $10 drink.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Ed don't do that shit no more, because I used to do it, because I used to watch my daddy do it. Nope, I don't do it no more, because I done had motherfuckers do the shit. They talking about they gonna take care of their family. I go in the store, I see them, and they buy a 6-pack. I don't do it no more. I'm sorry. If you need help,
you gotta read past the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'd be like, yeah, you need that much help? I'll tell you what, I got 2, 3, 5 fucking
You're
jobs.
right though.
Come work with me. I'll get you paid.
A job or food. I've seen homeless people turn down food. I'm like, oh, you must not need it then.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Take this sandwich.
But if I feel like I just want to give back, that's cool. I'm not expecting nothing out of it. Like, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, even with a girl, like, if you like her, you think she's cool, you pull up to the bar, it's time to refuel anyway, and she's sitting over there, you like, hey, how you doing? My name is E, whatever, Ed, and I was just, looking at you, you look very beautiful, and I want to get to know you. This and the third. Meanwhile, you're getting your drink first. I'm putting y'all brothers on. You're getting your drink first. So if she turned you down before you get your drink, it was nice to get to know you. Now if she's sitting there like, oh, you cute, and where are you from, and how many brothers and sisters you got? If she start motor mouth and trying to get to know you, let me get another. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this?
I need a double.
Exactly. I need. Hey. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's just, you gotta have those social cues. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I did buy a drink, it was like, oh, it's either like this person was cool, to me, it was either older gentleman or it's like a young dude, whatever. And I just conversation. Like, I would buy you a drink if we was in the club, because like we're talking, we're having a conversation, but like, I guess in a romantic way. I've never bought a guy a drink, because most of the time it's like they looking like, you buying me a drink, and it's like, yeah,
who does that?
If you don't take the damn drink.
Unfortunately, I don't want to be one of those guys, but Ed hasn't had a lot of experiences of women actually doing for Ed. Ed usually does the doing, and that's not saying that it doesn't necessarily happen all the time. But I just haven't picked the right ones to really be paying. Like, I be hearing stories of like girls like, oh yeah, I bought him a car. I bought this. I bought him dinner. I did that. I'm just like,
Shout out to the real women out here.
Am I picking the wrong women?
Y'all is.
Like, you ever seen that SpongeBob episode when it's with SpongeBob? And he's like, the SpongeBob episode when he's with Patrick and he goes, How long? And Patrick goes, what do you mean? How long have I been ugly? Like, I'm just like,
hey,
like I just feel like, yo, am I? Because I get the women, but I'm just like, yo, where is the ones that be paying? Because I be looking, I be like, yo, dude,
so
how you fuck up a woman? How you fuck up a woman that actually do for you? Like, I've always been the breadwinner, do all this, do that, and then the female be like, or you tell them certain things that you like, and then they get like an off-brand version. I'm just like, yeah, that's just it. I'm sorry. I'm vented, and I'm just like,
no. I mean,
ooh, you brought reminiscence.
I've experienced that quite frequently, and a lot of people like, what you been? Yeah, I've been rejected by men. I've been, used by men, and it's not because I was allowed. Like, sometimes, yes, you allow yourself to be used once you catch feelings, but there's been times where it was looked down because I was so nice. You know what I'm saying? I don't take no shit from nobody, but it's still the fact, oh, girls don't do this. So it's like, oh, let me try to get at it. And I'm like, oh, no. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, that is the question for me. How do you fumble a bag with somebody who's willing to do things for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're not all like in your face, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, I can't stand that. Now, for the shout out to the fellas that got them problems, I feel bad for y'all. And I've been through that with a guy. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not dealing with that, then it's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
I'm not gonna lie. I had one when I was in high school. Shout out to Shayla. Shout out to her. Very sophisticated, very straightforward. Knew what she wanted in life. But Ed, being a hoe, wanted to be like everybody else in high school. Sex was a big thing. Oh my God, if you ain't fucking, you ain't doing nothing. She wasn't giving it up.
She wasn't. Understandable though.
She wasn't. And I was just like, well, damn, man, da. But I met a shorty. And it's the shorty that made me spend every fucking single dollar. Made me change my whole personality. And long story short, the one that I had that was potential a wife, I was like, nah. I left her right after prom, and I went to the one that was throwing it.
So I'll say this. Humans have a weird attachment to things that they can't have. Like, it's exciting, it's different, and especially when you're established past the cupcake phase, it's kind of like, all right, so what's next? What we gonna do now? And then it's just like, it depends on your surroundings, but when you get around somebody new and they're doing like all these different things that's not what you're used to every single day, then that's when you're kind of like, oh, you're intriguing. So it's just like, it's a fault, but it's not a fault to a T. You can't blame yourself for your animalistic nature, but it takes discipline to act. It takes discipline to stay on that journey, because that person should be providing that spark for you that you can't get out there. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I mean, so long story short to what I was saying, because I understand that as well. The one that I let go for the one that was a thought pack. Now, the thought pack, she's living a good life. She's still bougie as fuck as ever. Shout out to her. But the one that really could have been like, hey, look, you ain't never got to step outside. All you got to do is wait, treat me right, respect who I am, respect who I'm trying to be. So she's a whole lawyer.
Let me ask you this, though. A lot of women I'll say this is the one thing that does create that space for a man to look somewhere else, is because when you're a good woman, you get stuck into this routine. You turn into an old lady like after 6 months. And I don't mean the title. I mean like your habits. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that that's where my accountability came in. It's like I got comfortable. So I'm still that go-getter, and that, this is my past, but I realize about that now and I fixed it, whatever. But it's just like, at some point I was like, oh yeah, this is my man. So you get so comfortable to the point where it's like you're not doing those things that you were doing in the beginning. Like when you see him, you like wearing a cute little outfit, smelling a certain way, hair, like basically dressed like this when you meet them for like the first 3 or 4 months. And then it's like month 6, year 2, it's like, yo, what up, bae? Hair flying all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It's just the presentation gets lost because it's comfortability. And I feel like you can be comfortable, but you got to remember that in order to keep each other, y'all got to dress up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even have to be that serious, but, oh, we're going to my mom's house. Okay, cool. Let me go get dressed. oh, look at you, why you got that button up on and with the one button, you know what I'm saying, a little chain, you like, just something slight that keeps the relationship going. And I wouldn't say that there's anything wrong with having a good woman. It's just that when we get comfortable, we got to remember our partner still needs excitement.
Comfortability is where this body shape of mine have came from.
Oh, we not too far from the same tree, brother.
You know what I'm saying? This
Chunky
right here,
Barbie.
this right here came from comfortability. This came from relationships. Like, oh no, but I don't know how many times I heard this. I like mine fluffy. I like it, just something to cuddle with. And so the memberships stop it coming. Them weights stop it pumping. And so I realized, like,
did your personality stop though? That's the thing.
No, the personality's always been the same.
Right, so you never can get lost.
No, I've never changed the personality. Personality's always been the same. Just physically, I've had homies hit me up and be like, "Yeah, bro, I seen the video of you, bro. What happened?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, and then they'll send me an old picture of me, and I got everything's cut up and all this, and I'm just like, "Yeah, but as you know, that person that I used to be was a hoe. I did not care because I got the personality, I got the job requirements, I got the work ethic, I got the ambition, and I got the body to match. I was a hoe because
right.
I could be."
But I will say this though, your mental is different with weight gain, weight loss, whatever case may be, or being a certain size. But I will say this though, like, I don't think that's a weight gain in a sense of that. I think that's just happiness. You found happiness and you're relaxing. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not so like uptight, like, yeah, I gotta be. You know what I'm saying? But it's like now you're just like, man,
it takes too much work. It takes too much.
But I got the opposite from you because I mean, my I used to be small all my life. Like when I say small, like probably size 3, 5, maybe 5, 6 was the biggest I got. Like, and I'm not ashamed to say my size. I'm like 14, 16 now. And I'm proud of being fluffy. I don't care, but I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it depends on your happiness levels. But I'll say, like, I got the opposite. When I dropped weight, it was like, oh, what's going on with you? You a crackhead? And I'm like, dang, I'm a crackhead. I got to be a crackhead because I'm small. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in my life, I was pressured to be a bigger, healthier size. But it's like once, becoming a mom and stuff, it's like I got my weight. And then now it's like, you a little round. I'm just like, look, y'all ain't never going to be happy. So either way.
Nah,
y'all ain't never going to be happy.
For a guy, for me, for a male, I'm okay with it as long as you're comfortable with yourself. Now, I'm not going to allow you to obliterate yourself. But as long as you're comfortable, I don't care about the lines. I don't care about the stretches. I love it all. Now, for me as a dude, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, I know what I could look like, but I stop it for myself. And it might sound like real conceited, real cocky, but I know who I was back then.
Right.
And
I just said it.
Drop 50 fucking pounds. I'm a hoe. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you got to be honest with yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to use everything around me for my benefit. Right. But, I mean, that's just how the world is right now.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
To kind of bring it back to, bring it back to reality.
I know,
Yeah. To bring it back to reality, and goals and ambition and stuff like that. Like, what do you look forward to? Like, what's your next goal that you're trying to accomplish?
I actually want to get a studio where I can be creative. So I want to have like my online store present as well. You know what I'm saying? So you can either go online and get your shipping, or like if you want to send off your gifts, or you see something like, I just want this, shipped and wrapped, or like, kind of like in Texas they got the Amazon store. I kind of wanted, that's my, future goal for that. But then I also want you to be able to come and book your next photo shoot and walk into the studio and, you booked and paid and you just come back on your appointment, time. So that's what my goal is to actually getting into real estate, like with looking for locations, and then just branch out and start having multiple locations and start training people and just going from there.
For anybody that's watching right now, like for you to build your team, any interests that they see, like how would you bring them in? Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously this interview is really giving an insight of who you are and your personality, your do's, your don'ts, what you like, what you don't like, your quirks. But like, if somebody's watching this right now and they
Uh-huh.
want to join a team, like what is a requirement?
It does depend on how you want to come in, but just in general, again, you got to remind yourself that I'm serious about what I do. So this is not just a play around. This is not like just some kid with this a tent and a stick. Like I'm really like I'm grown and I'm trying to leave a legacy, and legacy means that you have to work. You're not gonna see all of the fruits of your labor as soon as you start that day, but you continue and continue, and it's gonna blow up. Like consistency is key. So it's like if you want to work with me, you have to be consistent, know what you're doing, be willing to learn, take criticism, and then of course know that I'm willing to learn and take criticism too. So it's just like, you just have to be serious about it. If you're serious about going into work and making, your money and, having your bills paid, even when it comes to talents, if you're not getting paid or getting paid, you have to be serious about what you do, because you actually working with me, I'm looking to generate, I'm looking to build and grow. So once I build and grow, I'm trying to take you from the man. So I'm trying to take
you said
the man. Yes, working for the man. You heard that term. I'm trying to take you from the man.
Look, I was trying my best not to say it, but I was
Mrs.
about
Studio Girl.
No, I wasn't even gonna say that. You talking about the white man? the white man.
I saw that pause. I was waiting on it too. I was just
I was like, oh, let me. One
that's
thing
my
that
goal.
I'm learning with podcasts is like my intrusive thoughts. Hold them until you get the full concept.
My intrusive thoughts come into my face, so I'm pretty sure they was like, "Why she over there making like faces?" I'm like,
and I say this, and I'll tell you, just like I've been telling the last 400 people I've met,
mm-hmm.
I wear these glasses because my eyes say it all. If I'm drunk or I'm high, and you say some fucked up shit, and you see my eyebrows, and I'm just like. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I put the glasses on. You don't know if I'm looking this way. You don't know if I'm looking that way. It helps.
It's funny because my what are they talking about? Face is like,
you know what I'm saying?
It's like left, right, squint.
I had an interview like that one time, and I'm looking at dude, and he don't even know I'm looking at him, and I'm like, oh, okay, we talk about some bullshit. He want to get straight to the facts. I was like, and then after the show, he pulls me to the side. He goes, "How did you know?" And I was like. Facial expressions. If you ain't had if you had glasses on, I would have never known. But since you didn't, I do know.
And see, you get to wilding out. My lip do this.
If DJ YT was here, she does the same thing. Like that's why I call her my bull, because she'll be in the corner.
Shout out
she be
to
looking.
all the bulls, even if you pit bulls.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
And music will be playing, and I'll be like, "How you feel?" And that little lip will start quivering, and I'll be like, "Never mind. Let's go to the next person. I don't want you to say." Like I want you to be honest with Lord. But what we're gonna do before we wrap up the show, we're gonna listen to shout out to my guy YLA, you know what I'm saying? Ambition, because tonight has been an ambitious episode. We've been talking about what we trying to do in life, how we came up, how it makes us who we want to be. So let's do it.
Sideways before you hit play.
Yeah, go ahead.
I used to call him Wally.
Oh yeah, you're done. You're done. You're done.
Oh, I did. So my teacher, I had excuses on it's awesome.
No. Niggas, go. Clap. Niggas.
Nigga. Shit. Hey, this pistol. Fucking.
So what we gonna do right now, we taking a little break, you know what I'm saying? We just listen to Ambition. We're gonna go to my guy Khalif Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. We had him in season 3. We're gonna get him in season 4. But until then, hold on here. He has videos to most of these on here. You gotta go to Spotify, check him out. Khalif Bryant. I'll give you a segment right now. Get up, get out, get some. But I love this song.
I'm just tryna get up out the rat race. You're packing up on me, baby, that's just a sad case. Mad day, mad place. I'm getting placements in my sleep. Don't try to play the run around, you fucking with Khalif, boy, you not. I call that shots, You call the ops, now I gotta run the block, But I'll be back before 1 and they finish till it's done. I pray for all my niggas who fucks with Ebony's son. But you ain't get the message. Been fucking sick and narcoleptics and no one who question. Hop off my dick and find the nearest exit. Ejecting pussy niggas out my session like my name was Uncle Phil. Now you tell me who's real, who sounded this nice without no motherfucking deal. Ain't writing like 6 months till back to motherfucking coldest. Y'all know it, who's serving? The pack attack or rat-a-tat, well nigga, I been holding. Don't gotta told it, gonna be the one, bitch, I been chosen. Miss Brian's golden tout, I'm wildin', welcome to my sermon. Been trying to say this shit from my heart. When the flood comes and it's all done, nigga, this is my art. I'm working 9 to 5 to try to keep my pussy sharp. My niggas put the pressure on me, now I'm striking while the iron's hot. I gotta flee the Kiko, I gotta free my people. If I don't do it, who's gon' do it? Watch the fucking people. I'm just trying to get up out the rat race. You backing up on me, baby.
I ain't perfect, but I try to be. They say heavy is the head and with a crown. I be feeling like I gotta be, but most days I fall short in terms of living Christ-like. So I pray that he's a good sport. It's people I ain't talking to, conflicted on if I should. But what I do is all I know to do, and that ain't really panning out. So I'm asking you for help, man. I know it's been a while, but listen, hear me out. I had somebody just pass, and we weren't on good terms. So on my spirit, it's been sitting bad. There's things I never wish I said, a couple things I never wish I did. And ain't no way to change the past. I know I'm supposed to grow from that. I know that there's a lesson here. This is a different type of pain for real. I wish that I could take it back, man. I just take it back a couple years. Never thought I'd see the day that forever comes in. From the day you crossed my path, I knew you was my friend. Never in a million years do we think that it's worth it all. Shit really don't be that deep for real. We been letting our pride decide on how we feel. Then let some time come in between and got settled here. The last time somebody asked and said I didn't care. It's to a point where we feel like ain't no need to talk. So we chop it up as two niggas that grew apart. Knowing that wasn't the case, cause we was good friends. We survived a lot of shit that been through thick and thin. But this turned into our egos battling. Real life challenges where you gotta work on yourself to even handle it. We both wrong. Years later we both grown. I see your folks and they told me what's been going on. Man, I wish I got to tell you I apologize. Right now, but you can probably see it in my eyes. You probably laughing and joking, it's what I visualize. Hey, just look out for a nigga till it's my time. Pete. Never thought I'd see the day that forever comes in. From the day you crossed my path, I knew you was my friend. And never in a million years do we think that it's worth it all. Never been too good at goodbyes. I know you want me stay strong, don't cry. I got that news, it was his to my eyes. Selfish, I want you by my side. What hurt the most is the fact I can't call. Feel like yesterday I just saw you, and then you're gone. It's gotta be the time gone wrong. Pick up, I've been calling your phone. I never been too good at goodbyes. I know you want me stay strong, don't cry. I got that news, it was his to my eyes. Selfish, I want you by my side. What hurt the most is the fact I can't call. Feel like yesterday I just saw you, and then you're gone. It's gotta be the time gone wrong. Pick up, I've been calling your phone.
What's up? I'm gonna listen to her because she like that. I said, you let me know when you ready.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
Well, make sure y'all check out Miss Kai PMS. Alright, so we back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? No Limit Podcast show with iconic Ari in the building. You know what I'm saying? She in here. We finna wrap up the show. But before we do, we got some more information for the viewers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So give me all the details. You said some modeling, some fashion events.
Yeah. So I'm excited to announce that I was handpicked for the first round for Entrepreneurs of Impact. Voting starts tomorrow at 11 a.m. They just shot me my flyer picture. So definitely look out for that on all the platforms, on all pages. But I'm definitely excited to get this opportunity to help my businesses, get me out there. If the winner, whoever the winner is, they will be given a grant, and then they will also be in Forbes. So I'm looking forward to it. So y'all look out for me. Y'all vote. Y'all support me. Share it with friends and family. And I'm looking forward to that. You will definitely see it on my Instagram. Both of them actually. So Fashion ADDIK Styles. That is my online store for my fashion accessories and self-care for men and women. And then you'll also see it on Go Studio X843 Photog. So that's all the zeros are all the O's are zeros. And then Photog is just PHTOG. So Go Studio X843 Photog. And just vote for me, and I definitely appreciate it. So voting starts for that tomorrow. And I also am proud to announce that I've been selected for Dance Icon. It's a competition that Sierra has put out for dancers. Shout out to all the dancers in VA that are listed in that competition. It's all the way up from here, no matter who wins. But that is also something that is going up for votes. Will be posted on those pages. February 3rd is when those votes start. So make sure that y'all tune in, hit that bell so y'all can get these notifications for when things are going on. And I hope to see y'all there. Definitely follow me on both channels. That's at Fashion Addict Styles and Go Studio X843 Photog.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, all that information will be on the No Limit story. You know what I'm saying? The links so you can click. Pages will be able to click on. So you ain't got no excuse. And if it's on the
No
No Limit
excuses.
page, it's gonna be on some more pages. A Just Ed page, the Reals Nation page, Crypto House page.
Yes.
So make sure y'all tune in, check it out.
Shout out to all my black-owned businesses.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all vote, because guess what? At the end of the day, you never know when it's gonna be your chance. So you want the same reciprocation as you're about to, you're trying to go for.
And speaking of reciprocation, I bought you a little gift.
Hey!
From the shop, baby.
Yeah. Hey, look, season 4. I will say this. Season 4, we do. Hold on.
You got pulled from them. That's okay.
Season 4. Everybody. Well, actually, not even just season 4. Everybody's been asking about the sounds and stuff like that. I will have the sounds. I have them on here. Well, look at this. You know what's crazy? You know what's ironic? let me tell you what's ironic. I actually wear these type of earrings, right? I actually lost one of them, if y'all can't see on this side, and then I have the gold one right here. This is actually clutch, because y'all actually gonna see these for next episode. Fire. And I think she's been studying the page, because
I read oils very well.
The oils. And look what that. And when you sell oils and you sell your business, you got cards with QR codes, everything. They will be in the No Limit house. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all see and y'all like what I just opened up, I literally just opened it up. It's going to be here, Black Table. Y'all put y'all's merch there. Y'all put y'all's calling cards. But I like the QR code where you can scan it.
I made those as well. I make business cards, y'all. So y'all go on Go Studio X843 Photog.VIP. It's spelled the same, just .VIP, and y'all can book me for your business cards, videos, anything that you need as media. I want you to smell that oil though.
Oh no, it's definitely gonna get put on.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I smell it now.
Now I just want you to smell it with all your glory.
Yeah, I want to smell it now. Because it's ironic, because I don't do cologne. I do oils.
I'm over it. Like, the whole spraying thing about to die, like I'm a bug. I can't do it. I like oils.
This is going to make me smell like a real man. I like a real man. I actually love it.
I only do head turners with smells, y'all, so y'all ain't got to worry about it being funky.
Oh, yeah.
I only do head turners.
And that ball is smooth, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That is... And Ed does not sugarcoat. I don't care who it is. Ed is
Thank
honest.
you.
This actually is a dope smell. I love it.
That's whatever it takes.
Yeah, I was on my wrist and I can't stop smelling it. I really appreciate the earrings though.
No problem.
Yeah, your boy. Y'all know how I get down with the dangles.
Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all.
Y'all know how I get down with the dangles. But before we wrap up the show, like I want to say, I want y'all to tap in. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to tap in, follow, like, and subscribe. I want y'all to actually comment some things that we said on the show. If y'all have any discrepancies, if y'all enjoy it, if y'all have some stories of your
feedback.
own. I love the feedback. We love the feedback. And I want you to check out her store, her shop. I want y'all to tap in with the photography. I want you to understand that you got a lot of people that's out here just like y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With your quirks, your tics, your reliefs to get off that stress. You got it all.
Yeah, we got to stick together, y'all.
I really love it.
It's whatever it takes, ain't it? That jank open up.
I really love that saying. Because it's not like, you know, sometimes you get oils and they're just like, damn, bro, why you put so much on? This is like that hint. I ain't gonna lie, fellas. This right here, yeah, you'll get some.
It's not growling at you like DMX. It's not like
when they give you that long hug and they wrap their arms and lock it. Yeah. You put this on the right spots. You might have a baby in 2025, 2026. But that's not No Limit's problem.
Hey, don't die if you see a girl be like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't have anything to offer. So if you purchase, that's her. That's not me. You purchase, that's on her. Definitely. You call her about that. But yo, I will say season 4, episode 5, fantastic. It was unique. It was fresh. It was vibrant. I'm not saying I don't like y'all artists, but hey, look, There's more people out here that's doing creative things. There's more people out here that's causing an impact. There's more people out here with ambition. And there's more people that's iconic. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't forget about tomorrow, y'all.
Yeah. Peace.